Two girls disappear while exploring an abandoned haunted house in Japan. Hey there! In Japan, people have this term they use for certain mysterious disappearances. They call it kamikakushi, or hidden by the gods. It refers to cases where someone vanishes without a trace, like they've been abducted by gods or mythical creatures. Think of it like something out of the famous Japanese animated movie Spirited Away, where people, often kids but sometimes adults, just disappear into thin air. When someone goes missing and there's no way to find them, locals often say they've been taken by gods or monsters. And the story I'm about to share with you today is one of those eerie mysteries. It happened 24 years ago. Two 19-year-old Japanese girls went to explore an abandoned hotel and vanished without a trace. What's strange is that this hotel has been the center of all kinds of weird events ever since. After over 20 years of searching for these missing girls, the police finally got a lead. But it only sparked more speculation about supernatural forces. This is one of the most famous unsolved disappearance cases in Japan. The incident took place in Toyama Prefecture, Japan. Toyama Prefecture is in the central northern part of Japan's Honshu Island, facing the Sea of Japan, with steep mountain ranges on three sides. It's got a unique geographic spot, close to three major Japanese cities, Tokyo, Osaka, and Nagoya. In the northeastern part of Toyama Prefecture, there's a city called Uozu. And in Uozu, there's this hotel called the Subaru Hot Springs Hotel. The building has 8 floors and covers 3,300 square meters. More than 35 years ago, it was a big, well-known hotel in the area, complete with hot springs, guest rooms, a restaurant, a cafe, a dance hall, and even a swimming pool. But due to poor management by the owner, the hotel shut down in 1982. Even though it's been closed, the building hasn't been torn down to this day. Over the years, all kinds of urban legends have popped up about the place in the local area. There's a rumor that the hotel's owner hanged himself after going bankrupt. Another story says there used to be a shrine on the property that burned to the ground. Then, in 1980, the owner turned that land into the hotel's swimming pool area. But not long after the renovation, an elementary school kid drowned in that pool. People got scared, saying the place felt unclean. After word spread, locals started avoiding the hotel as a tourist spot and moved on to nearby areas instead. That tanked the hotel's business, leading to its closure. With all these urban legends, some true, some not, the place became a hot spot for thrill seekers looking to test their courage. Since the hotel sits on a barren mountain and has been abandoned for so long, it's got a super creepy vibe at night. From photos taken inside, you can see the floors, walls, columns, doors, all covered in graffiti. There are weird patterns and slogans painted everywhere, making the hotel feel even more eerie and mysterious. Back in 1996, there was a 19-year-old girl named Miromi Sashiki who worked as a cashier at a supermarket in Himi City. One day, while working, she overheard a customer talking about the Subaru Hot Springs Hotel and all the urban legends tied to it. Being super curious, she got this urge to test her bravery by checking the place out herself, to see if there was really something mysterious going on. But after she went there, she never came back. So what happened to her that day? Let's rewind to May 5th, 1996. May 5th, 1996 was a Sunday, and it was a regular work day for 19-year-old Sashiki. She was working her shift at the supermarket as usual, but that day, her mind was somewhere else. She couldn't stop thinking about the customers' stories and the urban legends about the Subaru Hotel. With her curious and adventurous personality, she couldn't wait any longer. She decided she'd head there that very night. She asked her co-workers at the supermarket if any of them wanted to join her on the adventure, but when they heard where she was going, they all got freaked out and said no. Since her co-workers wouldn't go, Sashiki quickly looked for someone else. She called up a friend of hers named Naomi Takumi. The two were high school friends and had been close for years, both 19 years old. Over the phone, Takumi said she was super excited to explore the haunted house and wanted to go along to test her own courage. Sashiki was thrilled to hear that. Finally, someone was willing to go with her. She got so excited that she couldn't even focus on work anymore. Before her shift ended, she bought batteries and a flashlight at the supermarket to prep for their nighttime adventure. The two agreed to leave that evening. They were starting from Himi City, where they both lived, and their destination was the Subaru Hot Springs in Wozu City. Both cities are in Toyama Prefecture, about 60 kilometers apart. At 9 p.m., Sashiki drove her car and set off with her friend Takumi. Her car was a black 1995 Subaru Vivio. The distance from Himi City to the Subaru Hot Springs is about 65 kilometers, and it takes at least an hour and a half to drive there. They drove along National Route 415. At 9:30 p.m., they stopped at Kiyomahu Park in Amizu City, which is 19 kilometers from Himi. They had a quick meet-up with a friend there, then got back on the road, continuing along Route 415 toward Uozu City. At 10 p.m., they switched from Route 415 to Route 8. At 10:30 p.m., they passed through the Kamichi River area. They stopped at a gas station on Route 8 to fill up, then kept going. Witnesses saw them leave the gas station and head toward Wozu City. At 11 p.m., they likely arrived in Wozu City. Sashiki sent a text message to a friend that said, "We're in Uozu City." After that, no one saw them again, and both girls vanished mysteriously. 2 days later, Sashiki and Takumi's families got worried when they still hadn't come home. They tried reaching them every way they could, but no luck, so they reported the disappearance to the local police. After getting the report, police immediately sent officers to investigate. Surprisingly, both girls' families said they only knew the two had gone to Wozu City together. They had no idea where exactly they were headed. So the police started talking to the girls' friends, classmates, and co-workers, and eventually figured out that they might have gone to the abandoned Subaru Hot Springs Hotel in Wozu. After that, Toyama Prefecture Police sent a search team to the hot springs and the surrounding area. They even considered the possibility that the girls might have accidentally fallen off a cliff, so local mountain rescue teams brought in helicopters to help search. But they found nothing. At that point, the police started wondering if there was some other reason the girls might have run away. Cases like this had happened before. Maybe they'd come back on their own in a few days. So, the police paused the search. But sadly, the girls' families waited a whole month and still didn't hear anything, so they went back to the Toyama police. 2 larger-scale searches were launched in June and October of that year, starting from Himi City, where the girls began their trip, and splitting into multiple routes all the way to the Subaru Hot Springs. But even after those 2 big searches, there were still no results. The police couldn't find a single trace of the girls. It was like they'd vanished from the face of the earth. When the incident first happened, not many people knew about the disappearance. There weren't even any news reports about it at the time. It was just a local urban legend that people in the area talked about. Many heard the story secondhand and weren't sure if it was even true, especially since it was tied to the mysterious Subaru Hot Springs Hotel. But the story of the girl's mysterious disappearance started spreading wider and wider. A year after the incident, it finally caught the attention of the media. A local Japanese newspaper in Toyama Prefecture ran a story about it on May 4, 1997, exactly 1 year after the event. The headline read, "The Mysterious Disappearance at Subaru Hot Springs." This was the first time the incident was officially reported, and it caused a big stir locally. After that, more reports started popping up, turning the mysterious disappearance at the Subaru Hot Springs from a local urban legend into a national one. In the decades since the incident, the Subaru Hot Springs case has become one of the most famous unsolved mysteries in Japan. People felt the chances of finding the two girls were slim to none. Then, in December 2014, 18 years after the disappearance, Toyama Prefecture Police got a tip. 3 witnesses claimed that on the night of the incident, they saw a black car plunge into the sea. Since the case was so old, the Toyama police didn't take the tip too seriously at first. It wasn't until January 2020 that they tracked down those 3 witnesses and brought them in for questioning. The witnesses said that on the night of the incident, they saw a black car with 2 girls inside at Kiyomahu Park. Then, for some unknown reason, the car suddenly started moving and fell into the sea. They described how the car didn't drive straight into the water. It reversed backward, almost like it was being pulled into the sea. When they saw what happened, they got scared and left without calling the police. In March 2020, based on the witnesses' information, Toyama Prefecture Police found a heavily corroded black car in the sea near Fushiki Toyama Port, close to Kiyomahu Park. The car was so damaged they couldn't identify it at first, but by checking the engine serial number, they confirmed it belonged to Sashiki, the missing girl. Inside the car, they found 2 sets of skeletal remains. They also found a card with Sashiki's name on it. The police believe the 2 people in the car were the girls who disappeared after going to explore the abandoned hotel 24 years earlier. Even though they were found, the remains had been underwater for so long that the coroner couldn't determine the cause of death. The car was found near the park where the girls had met a friend before they were supposed to head to the Subaru Hot Springs. So why were they found at the park? After the car was pulled from the sea, not only did it fail to solve the mystery, it raised even more questions. The first question people online started asking was about the 3 witnesses who saw the car plunge into the sea. Based on the timeline that night, it's estimated the girls would have arrived at the Subaru Hot Springs between 11 p.m. and midnight. If that's the case, they would have been back at Kiyomahu Park between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. Hanging out in a park at that hour is pretty unusual. The witnesses told police they saw 2 girls in the car that night. But in the middle of the night, in the dark, how could they even tell there were 2 people, let alone that they were girls? That seems a little suspicious. Even stranger, the witnesses said they got scared after seeing the car go into the sea and just left without doing anything. At 11 p.m., the girls texted a friend saying they were in Uozu City. Based on the timeline, that checks out logically. But here's the weird part. No one actually saw them in Uozu City. That could mean they never made it there at all. Maybe they went straight to the Subaru Hot Springs to explore, then came back to the park early in the morning. Or it's possible they never even went to the hotel. After reaching Uozu, they might have changed their minds for some reason and headed back to the park right away. That text message? It might not have even been sent by them. Someone else could have known their plan to explore the abandoned hotel, taken their phone, and sent the message to make people think they disappeared in Uozu. If that theory's right, the car going into the sea might not have been an accident at all. The girls could have been killed before the car even hit the water. The Subaru Hot Springs Hotel has basically become a famous spot for people to test their bravery, since the building's been abandoned for years. But for safety reasons, they've put up fences around it and posted no entry signs everywhere. People who believe in the urban legends about the Subaru Hot Springs think the girls definitely went there. The timeline and their route seem consistent. They believe something unimaginable happened after they arrived, that the gods and monsters from the legends took them away. So what's the real truth behind this case? Are those 3 witnesses connected to what happened or not? We might find out soon, or maybe never. I'll see you all in the next case. Thanks for watching. Bye.